And he does it again.
Oh God!
Happy times as always.
Yes. Hi everyone, and welcome to this first cloudy forecast in the official thing. We did it last time as an unofficial sort of one, as a wee tester. So I just want to say welcome everybody to us here, and I will go round the table here. Kelly,
What?
say hello.
Hello.
Starting off well.
This is started off well, is it?
He just went, Kelly, you're a moonbeam, and then expected me to like be nice to you.
I'm watching all
Hi, everybody else in the chat. I'm in Kelly. That's just the weirdo sitting in the middle.
Yeah. Sammy, oh no, Kelly, what have you been playing this week?
Well, actually, I haven't been playing much. I've been playing Fortnite and Road Company.
Yeah. Sammy, what about you?
So I had good reason to celebrate after Tuesday's rapid plug and push. I reached 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So a reason to celebrate. So I've been playing a bit of Grid, getting some practice in for our play-alongs, and just before coming on, I finished Tomb Raider for the third time. I've been doing that on stream. I've been really enjoying that.
Yep. So I think everybody clap your hands and go, well done, Sammy, for getting past that first milestone.
That's it. I've made it now.
And also well done for getting 100 subs. I was talking about decompleting Tomb Raider. Young Brandon, how are you doing? What have you been playing?
I'm okay. I'm just, I'm locked down and I'm playing. Today I just played Watch Dogs Legion and it's really addictive. I've been playing PUBG. I've been cheating. I've been playing Grin. So, yay.
You're not allowed to practice during the week. You're just not. That's cheating.
Are we not? Oh.
No.
I've been practicing Gran Turismo, so that's technically
Don't talk about that. That's a different game. We're not talking about that.
No, but it's still practicing a car racing game, so, come on.
No, it's not. Barry, what about your young self?
Evening, everybody. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you very much. I played a little bit of Pac-Man earlier in the week before the demo disappeared off the store. And then the last couple of days, I spent my time in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And I've also jumped back into a little bit of Doom Eternal, thanks to a little bit of a nudge from my brother to try and hurry up and finish it because he wants to talk about it.
Well, Sekiro is one of the games which have been released this week. How are you finding how far have you got into it?
I'm still in the first area. I've died lots. It is pretty tough, but it's not tough to the point that it makes me want to put the controller down and not want to play it. I've really enjoyed it. In terms of visually, it runs really, really smoothly. Obviously, it's 1080p, 60 frames per second. So it looks great. And then when you add in kind of the music and the soundtrack with it as well, it's easy to see why it's Game of the Year for 2019.
Nobody can hear you.
It's a mute point, Duncan.
It's a mute point. Yeah.
First one of the show.
Yeah, first one of the show. We're going to have first of many. Sorry.
Oh my God, he's died. Yay, we killed him!
Yes. Okay. I'm trying to break news on the show. If you're wanting to know.
I was just thinking that you were dead because you were like a zombie.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, Activision are talking about coming to new platforms and about subscriptions.
What?
So, so that's what I'm listening. That is what I'm listening to.
You're listening to the Activision investors.
Yes.
Now.
Yep. I say I'm multitasking for everybody.
What about you, Duncan? What have you been playing this week apart from Gran Turismo? What we're not allowed to talk about.
What have I been playing? I've been playing a bit of Grid. I've been playing about Destiny. Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry about this. This is awful here tonight. They, by the sound of it, they are not coming to Stadia.
Oh.
There looks like they were talking about where is going to be their biggest. Sorry, just don't want to take over for a minute because it's really. Barry, can you take over for a second?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
I'm going to disappear for a second.
No worries. Do you want us to jump on to our first point? Yeah, we'll jump on to the first point for the evening.
I just ignore him.
So first up, we are going to talk about the fact that Nintendo have jumped into the cloud gaming sphere. What's everybody's thoughts on that? Anybody in the group had any hands-on time with it? Should we go Brandon first? You look like you're raring to go.
Yeah, my sister played it and she likes it a lot. It's more smoothery. It's really good. And she's like, this is the future Stadia. This is going to be a really good thing for Nintendo to come into the space, and it looks good. I played it, and it looks great.
Yep, no, absolutely, it does. What about you, Kelly? Have you had a chance to try it?
No, I was away to Port Rush yesterday, so like when it broke, I was out. But it does actually look really good to jump into, and I can't wait to get into it.
Excellent. Sammy, what are your thoughts?
So I'll preface this with saying I don't have a Nintendo Switch at home, so I've not been able to try it myself. But I think this is absolutely brilliant for Nintendo and cloud gaming in general. Nintendo have always missed out on those big AAA titles because it's a very difficult console to port to. It's not as powerful as the Xbox or the PlayStation. And by running the games in the cloud and just streaming it to the Switch, which is still an incredibly popular device, an incredibly popular console, it means that there's no barriers now to Nintendo getting those big AAA games. It seems to run okay. I've watched a few other people playing it. Seems to be good. There was a bit of an audio delay, but I also remember that was true for me when I started with Stadia all those months ago now.
Yeah,
I think if Nintendo can properly leverage cloud gaming with the Switch units they've already sold, it's a game changer.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I think it shows in terms of cloud gaming that it's not going to be a flash in the pan. It's not just going to arrive and disappear. We've now got, GeForce, obviously Stadia, Luna, Nintendo, Microsoft, and, undoubtedly, obviously Sony have got PS now, but I'm sure that they're going to make amendments to that and kind of strengthen it as they go on.
They're going to have to.
Well, absolutely. They're not going to have a choice. They're not going to have any choice at all. I mean, certainly from a Switch perspective, like you said, the ability to bring AAA titles to the Switch, which is generally kind of that. It's considered, I guess, a family console. Because a lot of the party games, and kind of that throwback to the Mario kind of esque type games or Zelda. So I think the fact that it's probably already going to be in a lot of people's living rooms anyway, because it is a popular console. The fact that they're throwing in cloud on top of it, just is kind of almost the icing on the cake. I jumped in yesterday. I had 2 goes on Control, so I queued up first time, and then jumped in and played. I played the graphically enhanced version first time, just to kind of see what it was, and then I wanted to come out and then go back in and play the performance enhanced version. Now, personally, both ran pretty well for me yesterday. I think it goes without saying, the graphically enhanced version is certainly going to deliver more in terms of visuals, but the performance enhanced version ran really, really smoothly, and even though it was 1080p, I have to say it looked pretty impressive. And I guess I kind of came away from it maybe feeling how some people felt when they tried the Immortal Phoenix demo. So I played Control, and I didn't go and then buy it on Switch, but I came away from it and said, I actually really want to play Control. And now I've got a conundrum as to where I play it. Do I play it PC? Do I play it Switch? Do I wait until Luna hits the UK, play it on there?
Too many choices.
There's loads and loads of choices. And obviously they announced yesterday as well, Hitman 3, start of the year. So we're going to be coming to the service as well. And then also there was rumors floating around today that Resident Evil 3 may also drop into to their offering as well.
So
that would be cool.
At the moment, it's just Hitman and Control.
Hitman's January, same time, because obviously it's Hitman 3, so it'll be whenever that comes out in January.
Hitman 1 and 2 on there already, or am I getting confused?
There wasn't when I was in there yesterday, unless they've updated that today. It was only Hitman 3.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So, but that's obviously, that'll be January. And then, it's Control, which was, I don't know, it was relatively reasonably priced. It was £35, which I guess, you can pick up Control cheaper than that, I think, on obviously on console or on PC. But I think to be able to play it on the Switch and play it in the cloud, it's not a bad price at all. Have a look and see what the chat is saying. Oh, we've got
doing well.
We've got the first RIP Stadia of the night.
I think that was actually when Duncan was not coming to Stadia.
Image of, what does that say? Image of Cyberpunk on Switch.
Imagine.
Yes. Imagine, yeah.
Imagine. Thank you.
That's that would be huge. I mean, obviously, I don't think there's any news of it yet. But if they ended up bringing Cyberpunk 2077 to Switch, that would be crazy.
It opens the doors to so many games being ported over, so many popular games that people will drop the money for.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The biggest game was Skyrim on the Switch. See, that did well. That Skyrim, if Cyberpunk comes in, that will do amazing too. It's a good games.
That's the thing. I mean, harnessing the power of the cloud, they're certainly opening their options to be able to compete on another level. I mean, one of the things I noticed yesterday when you fire it up, the company they seem to be using is Ubitus, which seem to be kind of like a platform where you can white label your cloud gaming solution. So they kind of provide the service, you white label it as your own, and then you can kind of take it to market. I did try and do some digging around to see if there was any kind of speed indications of what they were saying minimum speeds were for performance, but I couldn't see anything for it yesterday. And I had a quick look.
Roblox just mentioned in the chat, didn't see any rumours or hear anything before it actually dropped. When this was announced, I was shocked. I messaged one of my colleagues at work who's also a bit of a gamer. He didn't see it coming either. And we're just absolutely shocked that Nintendo chose this moment. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but the fact that they decided to drop it now.
Yep, no, absolutely. It did come out of the blue. I think me and Duncan were mid-conversation about something at that point yesterday, and then all of a sudden I just got a load of expletives, followed by Nintendo are coming into the cloud, and I was like, God.
So that room. What about that room with the Switch Pro next year?
Yeah,
that can make you a lot of money with the cloud gaming inside it.
it'd be interesting to see how that unfolds. I think obviously, Switch Pro, there's been a lot of talk about it. I think undoubtedly it'll probably push to 2021. Maybe now that they've got that cloud strategy, it might make sense, for them to position it as a launch, maybe, I don't know, maybe back half of 2021. I was going to say 2016 then. Gosh, I've gone back in time. So
You don't want to go back in time.
no, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I know this year's been bad, but it's not been that bad.
Don't want to go through it again. That's the.
It's anybody else want to add anything else on Switch? Or Switch going into the cloud, I should say, not just Switch.
Oops, sorry. Let's see. Hi, Raven. Oh, hey.
And of course, Duncan's got all the banners. So I can't remember what the next thing on the list was. So we'll just go with it anyway.
I know one of them. I know one of them we talked about was the pro games.
Yeah,
coming out on Sunday.
Yeah, let's go for it. It's
what was it? I have it here.
So we have.
Brendan.
What is it? Stadia Pro Games?
Yes.
Ubisoft. Which one you want me to hit up here?
Go for the second one after the Switch.
This one?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much.
We'll talk about pro games later. Spoilers.
Yep. Well, there we go. Okay, who wants to kick this one off? Should we go to you, Kelly, to start?
Yeah.
No, because I don't like Ubisoft.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Kenny's doing well tonight.
I did really well.
In which case, then we'll put Sammy in the hot seat. So obviously, Ubisoft pushed out their announcement this week that they have rebranded from Uplay Plus to Ubisoft Plus, which is arriving November 10th in beta on Amazon Luna, and then coming later in the year, but before the end of 2020 on Google Stadia. What's your take, Sammy?
So this is obviously a big move for Ubisoft getting into the subscription business, and on cloud, I think that's brilliant. Big question is, particularly with Watch Dogs Legion, which dropped today. A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, do we buy it now or do we wait for Ubisoft Plus?" Personally, what I'd end up doing is I'd be waiting for Ubisoft Plus, and whether this actually happens in practice, but I'll drop in and out of the subscription and play. If I want to play something like Assassin's Creed for a month, I want to try it out, then I'll pay the £15 a month and then drop out afterwards. I'll probably push myself to complete the game a little bit quicker. In practice, that probably won't happen, knowing me. I'll just put it on the subscription list and keep paying it each month.
That's why they want it, and that's why they want it monthly.
And that's exactly what they want from me. And to be honest, I don't care enough not to give it to them.
With a library like that they're bringing to obviously Stadia, and then PC and Luna, it's handy just to have it sitting there just in case you want to dip back into it.
Indeed.
But I think, when I looked at it, if we base it on the price of the gold for Watch Dogs and the gold for, well, presumably Valhalla and Immortals Phoenix, obviously they're, £85 at the moment in the UK?
Yeah, £85.
So with our conversion rate on currency, that our subscription would be £12.99 a month. So just under £13, which is £155 a year for the subscription, which means that if you have the two gold editions, let's just say you want it for Watch Dogs and Valhalla, it's cheaper to have the subscription than it is to buy both the games.
Yes.
And I think exactly. And I think, Warlock works it out. I think I seen Warlock put a tweet out earlier. I think it was showing that over the course of 5 years, I think you save £32 by if you kept a subscription for 5 years, and on the basis of them releasing the games and having the the back catalogue as well, you'd save £32 across 5 years by having the sub versus buying the games.
It's the back catalogue which I think is going to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not worried that I've bought Ubisoft games in the past. I've got The Crew 2, I've got Monopoly, obviously. I've got Uno. I'm planning on getting Family Feud.
What the?
Duncan's back.
Yeah, that was a complete bust. So it was. I didn't talk about anything. Basically, just to give a recap where I was listening to the Activision thing. They were talking about Call of Duty. Call of Duty has just broke mental numbers there, and they were talking about subscription models as well, and they are just going to come to platforms which are worth coming to. Basically, is
probably true at the moment.
Yes. So yeah, we've got that there. So yeah. So really sorry about that. I don't even know who pushed me up here, because I just got pushed straight up there. So guys, you've been doing awesome there. Here's a big talking point here: is Call of Duty Mobile has passed 300 million downloads.
Ouch.
So. There we go.
I wasn't one of them people.
That's a lot of money. Jeez.
So sorry about that there. So we're on the Ubisoft channel here. Or
Yeah.
Yep.
Sam was talking.
Sorry about that.
Should we go backwards for a step? We'll put you firmly in the hot seat, and you can cover your take on Nintendo entering the cloud, and then straight after you can cover Ubisoft as well.
Yeah, I was listening to you as well. You're making some brilliant points there about that, and I heard a cackle.
A cackle.
A cackle.
I will go down and kick you.
Yes, I know you will. And Nintendo entering the market is absolutely bonkers. For people who didn't know, they already did this in Japan a couple of years ago with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I think it was a Resident Evil game. Is what's tickling in the back of my head there. So it's not 100% unexpected, but the timing of it is, they've just came out and went bang, here you go, here's Control, which seems to be the big game now for cloud gaming. And then we also have Hitman 3 coming as well, which is also on Stadia. It's just a real interesting way to do it. The way I would think about it, this is them countering what's going to be happening next year when all these games are going to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, because there's no way that you're going to be able to scale them games down to Switch. So this is them countering that sort of thing. So I've went all serious here. You were all joking about and being thinking, and I'm being the serious one. Like, come on. Also to note that it looks like Resident Evil 3 is going to switch on the cloud as well, so definitely keep eye out for that. So yeah, it's really exciting, and that could be the sleeper there who actually could get cloud gaming actually into the big mainstream just because of the user base of the Switch. See, that was basically all your points all said there, wasn't it?
Yep, moving on. Next topic.
Ubisoft channel, I think it's absolutely amazing what Ubisoft Plus is doing, where you can play it once and play it on the different cloud platforms. Just remember, that's going to be across 3 cloud platforms. That's not just across Luna and Stadia. Because you can actually jump into Ubisoft games on the Ubisoft Plus on GeForce Now without having to pay a subscription. So if you sign up to the Ubisoft Plus today, you could go jump on and play on GeForce Now today for absolutely nothing as well. Yeah, and that is pretty big going there.
Oh, my account got suspended. Trying to get that attempt.
So Yeah, it's really exciting. I'm actually really happy about it. I remember for the Ubisoft channel on Luna, that's going to be 50 games for Stadia. Even though we don't know the date, we do know we're going to get a stack of Assassin's Creeds. We're getting a couple of the Far Cry, so it's going to be good crack. How much do you touch on that? Was that me Is that me caught up now?
Yep, you bang up tonight. So
It's Sammy, Duncan, and then who's next?
we'll go to you because Kelly said she doesn't like Ubisoft.
She loves Ubisoft.
I do not like Ubisoft.
You love them?
Really don't. It's just stupid.
Any particular reason?
Just don't.
My take is probably this. First is Assassins. Coming on this is big because I like Black Flag, and I don't know if everybody likes that one, but I want to play that on Amazon. Not Amazon, Luna. I want to play that on Stadia, and this gives you the options to play all the games you like in Ubisoft. And the Channel 1 subscription goes to Xbox. It can probably go in the future with Xbox and PlayStation, but at first it's going to Luna and Stadia, and that's they're getting the feet wet first, and then they're coming into the big dogs, the big sharks. We're gonna be shocked soon. We're coming in faster, like Jaws. We're Jaws, and the little sharks are right here, and then we're coming in. This is going to explode Ubisoft, and then that's going to make everybody want to come in faster, and this is a better time to do it right now. Just get the description, get this modder out, get this to people, and you save your games get saved and carry over to the other counselors. That's going to be the best. Oh, got her. Yeah, okay. That's it. That's all my opinion was. And then you got all the Ubisoft games, and then the library is what Duncan said, 50, and then it'd probably be less on Stadia, and then they grow in this in time to 100 and max, and then we'll never have to buy a game again on Ubisoft. This channel will be the best ever. That's it.
So you're doing a good job there, Barry. I'll let you chair this. Get you some experience here. Get this under your belt.
Yeah, in terms of from the Ubisoft channel perspective, obviously, I was pleased to see some more news on it earlier in the week. Obviously we don't have Luna here in the UK, but certainly I'll be glad when it comes to Stadia. And I have to admit, I'd completely forgot about it being applicable with GeForce Now. And considering I've got a Founders subscription, I could probably be jumping into that and experiencing, some of that right now. But no, I mean, to be able to dip into the back catalogue, there's games in there that I haven't played before that, I want to give a chance. And certainly there's things like Ghost Recon Wildlands that, I said before, I tried it and it was pretty buggy at the point that I had it, and I literally put it down and didn't play it again. And then kind of didn't pick up a Ghost Recon until Breakpoint. There's no doubt the subscription is going to save me money because I think I've got, I've actually got all the Ubisoft titles in my Stadia library as it stands. So certainly going forwards, the fact that I'll be able to pay £13 and kind of play across all the platforms is definitely going to be a big benefit. I should point out that I said earlier that it was across 5 years. Wolok's breakdown was across 3. So just to clarify on that one.
Yeah. What I would say here is just something to remember for Watch Dogs Legion on GeForce Now, which we're going to maybe touch on a wee bit later, is it comes with ray tracing on GeForce Now. So if you're a Founders, you'll get the super duper graphics on it. So it's going to be well worth looking at there.
Absolutely. When does everybody think we're gonna? Oh, let's go there. We probably weren't going to go there, but we'll go for it. Where do we think we're going to see it on Stadia?
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
That's the date, and we've not heard anything about. We know from stuff we've heard, and the founders asked me anything, that they have things planned and lined up around the anniversary, but they said nothing about what it is, nothing about what to expect.
Keep
Yeah.
expectations low.
Yeah.
Keep them low. Keep them
Again,
low.
Overhyping thing, and it gets to November 20th, and we're all a bit down.
Well, just to add to that, I don't know if anybody's watched Jem's video from today, but obviously with the way he goes off digging and finding stuff, obviously he put a video out today where he's shown two versions of the Watch Dogs page. Obviously the one where you can buy it, which has got obviously today's date and the price, and then there's a second page which has a release date of November 19th that you can't do anything with. There's no button to buy, no nothing. So I think the speculation from Jem's perspective, again, they're tying in with what other people are saying, is November 19th.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout. So it is, and I wonder if pro people are going to get a month free, and if they do, I'm counting that as a point for me.
We can't rule it out. We'll retrospectively give you the point if that's what happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's I want every point matters in our prediction game, so that I need all the points I can get, because my predictions were completely up the left unless they decide to drop all them things.
Did you get any of them right, Duncan?
I got one of them right.
I got one. I think I got one as well.
No, I'm gonna say I should have got 2.5 points, but I've only got 1.5 points. What was
You've
my
got
half
no
point?
points.
No, I've definitely got one.
Explain the half.
What was the half? I remember we were discussing what the half point was. It was something I think I deserve. It was the Ubisoft stuff that was coming. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not. They've not said it's coming in November yet.
Yeah, but I'm still getting that half point. I'm claiming that half point. Yes, I am. Yes.
Why don't you just say it for December and then get the point then? Yeah.
No, I want my point now. Or half point now.
I think we should throw it out to the chat, and the chat can decide whether Duncan gets a point for the fact that he mentioned Ubisoft being announced in November.
yeah, 1 point or 2 point on the thing. Put there. One is yes, two is no.
No points. No points.
No.
Oh my god, playing. What does that say? D2 on.
Destiny 2 on.
Destiny 2.
Oh, okay.
With ray tracing, and it looks awesome. So it might be worth checking that bad boy out later. So I think I'm going to do that and have a check of that.
Are you?
Maybe.
Are you?
You shut up.
I got. Oh
shut
my
up,
god.
you.
You shut up.
You shut up.
What banner do you want to put on here, Barry?
Roll up with the next one, which I think was Luna.
Oh no, Stadia Pro. No, go to Stadia Pro games.
Go Stadia Pro.
Okay, we'll tackle this now, shall we?
Excellent. Yes. So obviously, last Tuesday of the month, we got the November Pro Games announcement. And for the third month in a row, we've got 6 Pro Games coming to Stadia that we'll be able to claim on Sunday. I'll try and see if I can remember them off the top of my head again. I failed dismally at this, and I'll play along on Tuesday. So we've got Sniper Elite 4.
Correct.
Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek.
Well done.
The Gardens Between.
Yep.
Yes, that was the one. I can't remember.
Republic.
Yep.
And I got to 4 last time. I blanked out.
Big one.
Risk of Rain 2.
Yep.
And Sundered Elder Edition.
Hey.
I got it right in here.
I was asked on my stream earlier, and I couldn't remember either. I had to look up the article.
Thanks. That makes me feel better. I think it's a fairly solid month. I think there'll probably be maybe 1 or 2 disappointed out there that they've only bought Risk of Rain, in the last 4 or 5 weeks. But nevertheless, it's worth jumping into it and enjoying it. Who shall we pick on this time? We'll go to Kelly first.
Why are you picking on me?
First on all three of them. She just hasn't had anything to say on the first two.
I'm not trying to pick on you.
No, well, the only one I think I'll try out would be the Hello Neighbor, because I didn't like the last one and I want to see if I like this one. So maybe that one to see if I like it.
It's a good shout.
So you wouldn't try Risk of Rain?
No?
You can shoot things in the head, Kelly.
Can you? No,
Yeah.
but I want to go and try that Hello Neighbor. I don't know. The other ones just don't like appealing to me. Well, now you see, I've played Sniper Elite 4 on Xbox, so I know how that plays, so I don't need to play that game.
See what we're up against here. See what we're up against.
You know, we're trying to fill time here. Come on.
I just saying, like, I've played the Sniper Elite 4, but them other ones just sound weird to me. So, like, Hello Neighbor would be the only other one I would play.
You're not even remotely tempted to dip back into Sniper Elite 4, considering it's got Stadia exclusive feature of HDR.
No, because like I played it on the Xbox and like it was alright, but it wasn't too bad.
No, I'll put the words into your mouth. You preferred Zombie Army over it.
Yes.
There you go.
Ooh, that's
There
a
we go.
great game.
Yep, absolutely. It was a great shout. Who should we go? Brandon, we'll come to you next. What's your thoughts on the pro games?
Sniper Elite. I want it upgraded. I want the smooth. I think Stadia will make me appreciate the game more, because I had frustrated, and sniping people in the head is great, but you know, the like no HDR, no 4K really good one on the Xbox, and then PlayStation, it's like Stadia has something like achieved that. So I want to see graphics, and it's going to be blowing away. And then Hello Neighbor, and then going around throwing a brick at his head and run away, and then sinking in it, like, you know, that stuff. And then seeing how the other games are. That's it.
Awesome. Nice. Duncan, which ones are you looking forward to most?
Okay. I would say I would probably give Sniper Elite another week to see what it's like with the HDR, to see if it makes a bit of a difference. With the other ones, the other one which I am interested in is Risk of Rain 2, because it's a roguelike, and Kelly knows I love roguelikes. And she'll go, what's a roguelike, Duncan?
Exactly.
Something like Slay the Spire, where you can play it over
Oh
and
my
over.
god, no, please.
It's a game you can go backwards to back to all the time, and it just changes every single time. So that so yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. With the other ones, I have played the Gardens Between on Xbox for a little bit, so and I wasn't too fussed in that one. Hello Neighbor, I would probably give that a go just to see what it's like. Republic, I don't know. It's a game which has intrigued me, but I'm not sure if it's a game I would probably have to sit down and have a go at if I'm in the right mood for it. And Sundered, I'd probably give that a go and probably give up after about 10 minutes.
Nice. Are you happy with the whole of? I mean, obviously, I guess your answer covers that. But you know, what's your feelings on the strength of the offering with the 6 that they've put forward?
Muted, and I think it's a I'm not saying it's a great month. It's a shade under a good month. It's a strong month. It's a steady month. I would go with. It's not. There's no knockout blows there. There's no big massive game. Oh my god, I want this sort of game. But it's not. Oh my god, there's nothing I will play sort of month. It's a strong month, but not a good or a great month. It's just about. Yeah, it's better than meh, but it's not good. Again, just to touch on your point about the Risk of Rain too, I think that is a big mistake, and it's. I think they keep on doing that, you're not going to get people to buy games on Stadia, and the platform needs people to buy games to get more people to bring their games to Stadia. And if you just keep chucking everything on the Pro, you're not going to buy anything. This isn't me complaining about, oh my God, you're getting free games. This is more about the longer term future for Stadia, because any sort of any mid-tier or indie game, I'm not going to buy that on Stadia because I know it's going to go Pro.
Yep. No, I think I'm sure that's a fair point. Sammy?
I'm quite excited about these 6 games. It's like we said, it's a good range. I don't have any of them. I nearly bought Risk of Rain 2. Not that I'd be disappointed when it came out on Pro, but I've seen other people playing it and thought, £20, that's worth a shot. Sundered is, I don't know if it was announced at the same time, but I've always put that in the same group as games like Jotun or Little Nightmares, isn't it? The other one. I don't know. It's just they might have been announced at about the same time, but it's games that have looked good, but I've not particularly enjoyed. Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. I played the original Hello Neighbor when it came out on Pro a few months back, and it's one of those games which I'm annoyed doesn't have a tutorial. I had no idea what I was doing for all of the 15 minutes I played it for.
I think everybody had the same experience when they first played it.
Yes, yeah, it makes me feel a little bit better. Republic, again, with Duncan, it's one I'm going to have to sit down and play. Actually, play a little bit.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember is when it was announced, someone else spotted and put in the comment section on the article that it was a game that's also out on Android. So this is an Android iOS mobile game that's being ported to Stadia. Intrigued to see how that works, and whether they're able to do that well. It's not something you don't see mobile games being ported over to consoles too often.
Yeah, no, of course, that's a good point. It's I almost bought it. I almost dropped $8.99 on it, and I was deliberating, and I kind of, because it was under that £10 bracket, I was like, nah, it's going to be Pro within a couple of months, so I'm not going to buy it. And thankfully, it's turned out to be a Pro game this month, so I'm sure I'll get round to jumping into it at some point. Obviously, Risk of Rain I've already got. Sniper Elite 4 I have played a little bit on Xbox, but I am looking forward to jumping back into that. See how well the HDR performs on it. Sundered, you're right. They're Sundered and Jotun both came out at the same time on the platform from Thunder Lotus, and it is said. I'm pretty sure it's Dave that normally joins us on the play-alongs. He said that Sundered is the better of the two.
You don't talk about him. You do not talk about Peter Parker. No, you're not allowed to talk about him because you're not allowed to talk about him because he just likes crashing into me and trying to bully me.
Because you would never do that to anybody.
No, I would not. And it's proof I do that to nobody.
I've got to protect Duncan on his grid.
Hello Neighbor, I'm the same as you. I'll probably jump into it and see how it plays. I'm not necessarily sure I'll spend a massive amount of time on it, but it's there in the library so I can jump into it whenever I want. And then one of the other ones that I am relatively excited for is The Gardens Between Us. I actually feel like that's going to be a surprise package from the Pro games. I think when people jump into it, I know it's not necessarily a particularly long game. I think you can beat it in about 2.5 hours. But there's something about the art style, the fact that it's a puzzler. I feel like it's potentially going to be one that could surprise a lot of people, and you'll find a lot of people in the community saying, actually, I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah, Barry, I have to say that I think the gardens between us is going to split people. I think people are either going to absolutely adore it or they're going to spend 5 minutes on it. There's going to be no, as we say over here, it's a Marmite game. You're going to either love it or you're going to hate it. There's going to be no in between. And I know a load of people love it. Again, these are just our personal opinions. Everybody's opinion is different. And there's nothing wrong with that. Except Halo sucks, Cal.
Wow.
So can I ask? Obviously, Risk of Rain 2 was released a few weeks ago and is now a pro game. Those of us that bought it, what are your feelings on it going pro? Do you feel a bit hard done by, or?
I mean, I don't know. I spent what $15.99 on it when it came out. I mean, I guess it's the risk you take, isn't it? I did at the point that it hit the platform, I wasn't 100% convinced that it was going to end up on Pro because of its price point. I wasn't sure. Yeah. Is it disappointing? Is it a little bit frustrating because I spent 15 quid on it, 16 quid on it, and a couple of 6 weeks later, it's been given away free? Yes. I think probably the only thing it will make me do, like Duncan said earlier, is it will certainly make me think next time, if it's not a AAA title, do I actually want to spend the money on it, or should I just wait for 2-3 months and see whether it goes pro?
Yeah, well, I think Stadia have now made a rod for their own back, and with the pro games, because they're giving us out 6 at a time now. If they start reducing them now, it's going to look bad. The problem was if they kept it at 2, you would have been buying the games. But because they're at 6, 5, they started at 2, then it went up to 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're just accustomed to it now, and you just don't feel right buying the games because you just know that the odds are in your favor if we go Hunger Games, and you're going to get the indie games or eventually as part of your pro subscription. Yeah,
no, definitely.
Good shot.
No, I think that ties into your point you were making the other night, that you actually feel like Stadia have pivoted and that they are solely targeting that subscription model now.
Yeah, because if we go through the games which are coming to Stadia now, there isn't any which you would say I'm going to 100% buy outside of maybe Cyberpunk and the EA games. You would be pretty unsure if you're going to go out and actually spend the money. And that's no disrespect to the games which are coming there. There's no big game there where you're going to go, I'm going to drop down a £30-40 or $30-40. And we will that's the sort of pickle they're in. So that's why I think they're sort of semi-pivoting into the subscription sort of base model where you're going to get most of the pro games going forward. And that I can't say his second name, Nifdal, has tweeted that he has heard on the grapevine that any of these pro games going in from the now on are going to be in the the pro subscription for a year.
Ooh, mic drop.
That's new.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate the information is, but I would not be surprised at that. So it will just continue to grow up, and then we will get the occasional banger in it now, rather than a sort of regular one. But I thought that was really interesting.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
So Barry, do you want the other ones?
Yep. Let's go for the next one. And so lunar updates. I'm going to throw this one over to you, Duncan. It's
There's been a fair number of lunar updates, and some of these you might not actually know of because some of them actually just happened today. And this week, obviously the same as Stadia, Ubisoft channel is coming to Luna on the 10th of November. Will we get the whole 50 games dropping at that time? Who knows? Because that's how many games will be going on. And Amazon have confirmed that again tonight. There is at least 50 games coming from Ubisoft into their channel, which is really, really good news. Also with Luna as well, is they have added 2 more games to their Luna Plus library in Castlevania, and the other one has just completely slipped my mind. It will come to me in a second. Oh, what is it? Duncan, you're getting too old. Oh, yes, I know this. It's Panzer Dragoon. It's also dropped onto Luna today. And also, Ashes to Ashes was actually demonstrating something with Stadia Goat, or is it Stadia Goat? Oh, no, it was Warlock. Kelly said for me. There you go. As mentioned about family share, and he was actually demonstrating how the family share works in Luna. And yes, it is proper family share. He was playing Control, and his child was actually playing the tennis game, or Australian Open 2 at the same time under that one account. So the family sharing is 100% working on Luna, and it is working really, really well. He also demonstrated how the controller works, because the controllers were only shipped out to people there at the weekend, and it is what I want for Stadia, is you hook up your controller and it's per account. So if I was to get a Luna controller, which Kelly would buy me,
Wait, I.
You actually hook that up to your account, so it remembers your account name. And so if you're wanting to play Luna on your Fire TV, all you have to do is fire up the game on the Fire TV and your controller will work straight away. You want to move to your phone, you just hit play on your phone and the controller's already hooked up. You don't have to hit all the buttons to hook it all up. It is tied to your account. Yeah, I can see people going, yes, that sounds absolutely awesome.
I think I will buy me a controller.
Yeah, and he's actually demonstrated this in the video as well. So if you haven't, check out Ashes to Ashes. He is chucking out some amazing Luna stuff there, and he is actually showcasing how great Luna is going to be, and what some maybe learning Stadia could do to try and I'm not going to say copy, it's maybe innovate on Luna's sort of things, like, because that's what happens in tech. Everybody borrows from everybody else. Microsoft got achievements, PlayStation got trophies, and see, everybody just borrows off everybody else. So there is your Luna update.
Excellent. And of course, they've rolled out a second wave of invites this week, haven't they, as well?
Yep, I forgot about that. See, you're on the ball. You're good at this now. But I am extremely excited about Luna, especially with the family sharing, because that's just absolutely mental, because they're a full sub model. So that means if we get here, me and Kelly can play on the same account there together without having to get in all the other stuff.
With Kelly's controller.
With Kelly's only controller.
Yep.
It's definitely, it's certainly a killer feature that obviously I know Stadia have been talking about it for, family share coming at some stage. But certainly seeing that in action, it gives you that appreciation for what it's going to offer you.
Yeah, exactly. It's really interesting to see what is going to happen there with Luna, and how this is going to work for Stadia with the family sharing. Because we don't actually know how it's going to pan out. Is it going to be every single game, or is it going to be some of the games? We just don't know how it's going to actually go. And as Zero Games for me said there, it seems to be Luna aren't boasting what they're going to be doing. They're just going to be they're just going quietly about their business here. Just give me 1 wee second here.
Yep, no worries. I think that's something me and you were talking about yesterday, Brandon, wasn't it? Is the fact that we were talking about how they've obviously observed the landscape. They've watched, how other people have gone to market with their cloud game offering, and then they've almost they've learned, but then they've kind of come to market with actually, we're not going to say that everything, all singing, all dancing, is going to be there from day one. We're actually going to just scale it back and say, well, we're going to give you, early access to the first wave, and you'll be able to access X number of games, and then we'll just build on it from there. And they certainly, from an optics perspective, they seem to be getting a much easier ride and a more positive reception in the cloud gaming space from people as a result of that.
2 simple words. Are they?
Access.
I haven't got mine yet. Or Ray probably didn't get it.
Yeah, so I think that has given them a lot of leeway. Is them just them 2 simple words, because early access is we don't have any messaging, we don't have any we're in early access. You can't. There is just absolutely no comeback to that.
No, there's not.
And that was, unfortunately, one of Stadia's mistakes from the very beginning, was they didn't have the early access moniker on it. Even though Stadia is the best at this moment in time cloud platform out there for everything, all the features and absolutely everything, because they didn't put the monkey ear of early access around it, they're still paying the price. And they're not getting any buy balls. It's tough. You're a launch product now, where everybody else, even xCloud, is still early, or it's in beta now. So, xCloud's not working today. Oh, we're still in beta. It's like,
yeah. Absolutely.
With Luna, do you think we're going to get all the 50 games in one go?
I feel like it's realistic, isn't it? Because of the architecture and the platform, it's much easier for them to be able to get those games into the platform. That there is, where we talk about a port time with Stadia, the ability to take the games, and put them into Luna is much simpler because it's Windows based. So you'd like to think that when Ubisoft Plus goes live on the 10th of November, even though it's beta, you'll get somewhere close to that 50. And I think, like you say, they've put the word beta in there. So even though we know that they're going to bring 50 games as part of Ubisoft Plus, the fact that they've put beta in there means that they could probably drop 25, 30 and go, well, we're still in beta. There'll be more coming by the time we get to the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. Brandon, do you want to hit the next banner?
Please.
There we go. It is GeForce Now time. Does anybody know what happened in GeForce Now today? Or
Luna? No, Watch Dogs?
Yes, Watch Dogs happened. I can give you a list of what actually happened here. Just give me 1 wee second. The GeForce Now news of the week is Watch Dogs Legion is coming to GeForce Now, and it is you can play it on either the Epic Game Store or on Ubisoft Connect. You can also play Blair Witch, which is actually free on the Epic Game Store. They're doing that basically every week now. If you get any of the Epic Games Store free games, normally one of them, if not both of them, are actually going straight on to GeForce Now. I have to say the next thing's name, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. Exujun Sword 8 was also released on the GeForce Now.
That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant.
We'll all have a try.
Okay, I'll put it into the chat here, and everybody else can give that a try, because I think everybody knows how awesome I am at pronouncing names here. So that's the name of the game there in the chat. So, so why you're making fun of me for not saying? Let me hear all your.
We'll go with Duncan's prediction. All is forgiven. You might call Warlock, but it's forgiven.
Give you a point.
Yeah. Sword. Yeah. That's it. That's all I know is sword. That's it.
The other 2 games for Ghost Runners and Autonauts have arrived. The thing about Watch Dogs Legion, it is, I think I've mentioned that earlier, it is coming with ray tracing on it as well. So if you're a GeForce Now finder, thank you, Antonio Swanjan. Was that better?
That was my bet. My guess.
Swanjan.
Yeah.
Yang, whatever.
There we go. I've had a go.
Yeah.
I'll just say young, yay, whatever.
Yeah. with that, Watch Dogs Legion has ray tracing on it. So if you're wanting to jump on that bandwagon, you can subscribe to Ubisoft Plus, and you can hook it up to your GeForce Now account, and you'll be able to play Watch Dogs Legions today with ray tracing on cloud and not having to worry about the downloads. And when it comes to Stadia, because I know a lot of people here are Stadia fans, you'll be able to pick up where you left off. Not because the way Ubisoft are working now is everything is getting connected in, so it'll be cross-save, so you'll be able to jump in. So that is the amazing GeForce Now news. I think it's another good week for GeForce Now. Every week they are dropping games. You may not like them, but they are just very, very consistent at this point, and they're dropping 5-6 games each week.
Yeah, definitely. They're certainly just little incremental steps, aren't they? Just adding value to the proposition as best they can. And of course, at the moment, as well, if you're a Chromebook user, under the Chromebook perks, you can claim 3 months free on the proviso that you pay the first month. So you have to buy the founder subscription for $4.99 for a month, and then once you've purchased that, you give it like up to 24 hours for that to push through on your account, and for it to make the founders pack go active. And then you can go in and redeem the Chromebook perk and get yourself 3 months free.
Is that now live in the UK? Because when I looked a couple of weeks ago, it was only live in the US. They said it was coming to Europe.
Yeah, I redeemed mine on Friday.
Okay. I'll have to have a look.
It's I think it was, it started off in the US, like you say, and then they'd said by the end of the week you'll be able to claim it in the UK.
Like right now, the Founders Edition is 6 months for $24.
Really?
That's good.
I will look at that perk, and I might have to change my username.
Yeah, yeah. What I would say about GeForce Now, I know a lot of people are a bit worried about GeForce Now. Some games run better in Stadia, but believe it or not, some games actually run better than GeForce Now compared to Stadia. So it is actually worth maybe broadening your horizons in cloud. It's what I've been saying for a while now. I think I say this every show I'm on. It's not about platforms anymore. You're just going to go where the content is. You're just going to go bang, 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 and just move around and just go where you feel.
Yeah,
bang,
absolutely.
bang, bang.
Absolutely.
Can't argue with that.
Just looking at the chat, actually, Holtz is saying that he's not been blown away by Stadia or Watch Dogs Legions, the graphics on Stadia.
Yeah. I have not played it on Stadia yet. I'm hoping to maybe tomorrow, possibly, touch wood. But if I don't get what I think I'm getting, I'm going to wait until the channel is now available. But I am really tempted to actually get the Ubisoft Connect or Ubisoft Plus now, and maybe chuck it on chuck on GeForce Now to see what the ray tracing is like, and maybe try and get a demo of that as well. Yep,
absolutely. I checked. Raf streamed early this morning. He was streaming Watchdog Legions this morning from the start, and I have to say, he was running it at 1080. It looked pretty smooth, and certainly, on the stream, it looked okay. You wouldn't. It looked very similar to how Division played, but I guess until you've got it running on your own setup, it's difficult to judge, really.
It is indeed. It'll be one of them games you just need to suck it and see, and see how it all goes. I think Kelly's fallen asleep.
No, she wakes.
I actually haven't.
Yeah.
I sent you a message.
Oh, unfortunately. I'm worried. I'm worried now. Oh, I've just been sent a picture by Rock of with GeForce Now. It is looking quite well, so I think I'm definitely going to give that a wee try. I'll look at Kelly's message now. Now,
So what you're saying is that rock was more important?
yes, yes, he was. Yes, I think this is maybe a good time to stop before I get attacked anymore.
Yeah. Before you get yourself into any more trouble.
Yes. Okay, I'll close it off then. We will start with Brandon. Brandon! Where can we find you?
You muted me. You can find me on Ray and Cloud K Man at Central Time 8 a.m. on big Saturdays, guys. This is a big hit. Stadia is going to be going crazy with podcasters. The Cyberpunk, I can pronounce the names. Cyborg. How you saying that name? That Cyborg.
You're the Ray,
Cyborg?
Cyborg Power Hour.
RR with you and Ray.
And you can catch me on Cloud of the Enchanted Games every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays here. And this channel is amazing. Please subscribe, like, hit the notification. 1K. Let's get to 1K, guys.
Yeah, that's going to be the long-term goal. That's what we're trying to aim for. Evil One.
And then you wonder why, like, I attack you all the time. Right, so I am Main One Kelly on Xbox, on PlayStation, on Stadia. I think on my Switch I'm Main One Kelly as well. And I'm always in a closet.
And on Twitter as well. Everybody, you have to follow her on Twitter so you can shout at her. Young Samuel, I think you need to really push your YouTube channel because we want to get you to 200 now.
That's the aim, 200 and beyond. I want to try and beat the Cloudy Games twist. Not you. I'll start you. I want to try and beat the Cloudy Games account to 1K. So if you... Not that you should unsubscribe to this account, of course, but
yeah, everybody unsubscribe. That's what he just said there. That's what he just said. He wants everybody to know.
Where's the remove button?
I have it, but I'm not doing that. Oh, you did that.
Oh, censorship. But you should also subscribe to my account, Sammy on Stadia, on YouTube. I'm also Sammy on Stadia on Twitter, Facebook, Stadia, and Epic Games Store. And of course, I'm still here, if Duncan allows me, on Cloudy with Enchanted Games.
Of course. Young Barry?
At Paramedic 1703 on Twitter, same on Stadia, and then you can also find me right here on Cloudy with Enchanted Games.
And I think everybody knows where I am at One to Escape on Twitter and Cloudy with Games. Follow Cloudy with Games. That's the more important one because I get shouted at all the time on One to Escape. I'm just joking about, by the way, that is me joking. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. I'm going to try and get this up onto YouTube or onto podcast services. But again, we're going to do this every time. We're doing this at 9 o'clock UK time every week, where we try to keep it to about an hour or so. And come and join us all the time. It's 9 o'clock UK time. It'll be 4 o'clock Eastern next week, which will be 1 o'clock. So we're going to keep to the regular time there. And remember to watch us on Sundays at 9 o'clock with our play-alongs, which I think are starting to really get a lot of fun. And we're Stadia Go to taking pictures and throw me under the bus for like running people over. But yeah, thank you all. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.